looking down at that one thunderstorm. Yeah, those are in Sanibel. I mean Captiva. All those three. Looking towards the lighthouse, I don't see any storm. You see some high cirrus clouds and strato, some really high strato. Cirrus are higher than strato. Love this canopy bike path though. Nice. It's enjoyable out this morning. Still it's about 85 degrees. Hello. Hello. Morning. People who live on this island don't have to worry about income. They don't have to worry about prices of food. They pay about between $30,000 and $80,000 a year in taxes. And they don't have to worry about anything else. Right. I probably need to spray my chain a little bit more. I sprayed it with some garage door lube, which is pretty good because it burns off a lot of the oil residue, and then it leaves like a, not menthol, I'm trying to think what the word is, but it leaves that like a mineral oil type of coating. And I think that's actually better lubricant on the chain than regular oil. And it rides a lot smoother, it doesn't squeak. I like that. Morning. So people, Monday, they're putting their garbage out. Don't realize that today's a holiday. When you live on an island, vacation island, every day's a holiday. So you get sometimes, you know, you're shocked a little bit that it's a holiday for the average middle folk, the working class. Here, you're enjoying yourself every single day, bicycling, swimming, golf, boating, you name it. Tennis, pickleball. There's plenty to do here. Fishing. I went over to that Top Golf place. There's one in Colonial. And I didn't understand the full concept behind it originally, but now I know. It's a nighttime golf course. And it's packed at night. Every single stall is packed. Looks like each stall has their own bartender too, so you can order drinks, pizza, food. I mean, I guess you're just watching other people play golf, and you can play golf too. I think the golf balls are free. You rent it by the hour. That was pretty interesting. I saw one like a Top Golf when I was in Las Vegas, and it had 4 levels right near Caesars Entertainment Center. That was interesting, and that was crowded too. So I guess people have money, go out to Las Vegas, and you're tired of walking the strip, or if you want to do something different, and you're afraid you might lose $100 on the table anyway. Yeah, go out and play an hour of golf and eat pizza and drink, and yeah, nice. Yeah, when I was out in Vegas, they were advertising battle bots. It's unfortunate though, I wasn't able to go to one of their games. You have to play on one of the Caesar casinos for at least 2 hours to be comped with enough credit, because it's $45 a ticket to go see a BattleBot live filming, I guess. I think they filmed them all. And of course, it'll be rare that if you ever be able to get on film, they'll probably give you maybe a half of a split second, if that. They'll show the complete audience for half a complete second cheering. Yeah, this 4-inch tire is really hugging the ground. It's not coasting like I would hope it would. My other $35 bike, the one with I still need to get new tires for, new outer tires. That one really has rolling force. That one I pedal a little bit and it rolls. 29-inch wheel. See this building here on the right? I love this building. This should be my real estate office too. They're hardly open. I don't know what they sell in here, but ever since the 1970s when they opened this building, it was like 71 they built it. It's always been dead. It was going to be a competition to Bailey's. Never was. It was going to be like, they had a department store here on Sanibel. I'm trying to think where it was. It was either in the Joey's restaurant or something like that. It never took off either. He's dead. Alright, here's the lighthouse. I like the real estate up here on both sides of the road. A real estate office and anything really. Morning. It's a gold mine, whoever owns this place. We're coming up to the turn, and the turn in this road with Periwinkle is where Ferry Road is. That was the old road, 1960 and before, where the ferry boat used to bring all the concrete trucks. It would hold 6 vehicles. Usually 3 to 4 of them were concrete trucks, and the other 2 were, if you were lucky, would be passenger. Every 30 minutes there was 2 boats that went back and forth. I'm not sure how much it was, but I think it was like $3 a trip. It was expensive. Morning. So you have a little tiny wheel touching the morning. Touching the ground in a little tiny spot. You have less friction with the ground, so you can coast a lot more. There's me with a big 4-inch wheel here. Forget it. I have about 6 times more surface area than that bike. So my legs are really feeling it. Plus, I'm not getting good extension. She's not getting good extension either. I need another 2 inches of seat lift. If I get a seat post that's 2 inches higher, I have better leg force. I can apply the energy in my legs better with the pull of gravity. Right now, I'm doing it about 80%. 2 more inches, and I'll go give that 100%. And 80% angle means I'm wasting a lot more than that 20%. Probably wasting about 30% of energy, even though I'm only 20% less angle that I need for full 90 degrees. Turn up the formula a bit. You don't get the maximum thrust until you're about a little over 85%. So we are making a lift. Oh, I can see the parking lot. It's pretty much full over there. We're going all the way down like that. Morning. If you're parked at the lighthouse, you just jog around the block as it would be. This is a nice little half-mile jog. That's what I would estimate it would be. outside a lot of these drainage canals to prevent all the mosquitoes. At least that's what it was in the late 90s when they were digging those little canals to get rid of all the mangrove would rise above the water, but it would create all the stagnant water pools for mosquitoes. So in the late 70s, they dug little ditches throughout this area to try to channel the water, and the ditches would allow fish to live in there, and the fish would eat the mosquitoes and frogs. There used to be a lot of frogs in here in the early 80s. They probably imported them, like green tree frogs, and dumped them in there. All right, this road is wet. I can't believe it would be the tide, but passing shower? I don't think so. Even the side road is wet. I can't believe the tide came up this high. Maybe it did. Driving over the sand to see if there's even more of a drag on the tire. Thank you. Morning.
Good morning.
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 Morning. Morning. Oh, it is high tide. Whoa. Wow. It's a high tide. Wow. Tight, but it's not. This is a high tide. I still don't think the tide went the extra 2 feet to flood the road, though. There had to have been a passing storm, but it could be. Groundwater is that high. I doubt it, though, but it could be. I guess there's not going to be bicycling on the beach today. Morning. People are wanting to go out to the beach here, hoping it would be beach, but see, some of them are taking their chairs to the Gulf side, not the bay side. So that's where they're walking. Who knows? Maybe they parked over there. It's a City of Sanibel garbage truck. It's a pickup truck hauling garbage. It's amazing. Okay, well, alright, we'll go this way. All because I want to go under a canopy. Nice. There's a couple spider webs above me. Here's the first bathrooms. There's more bathrooms on the other side, towards the Gulf. Bathrooms towards the Gulf side are newer. This one's the original older one. Oh, it's my fault. Sorry about that. I was sneaking up on you. Let's see how far we can go. Probably. Right here is you find where the Gulf and the Bay waters meet and they collide. Oh, there's a headwind here. So definitely the wind is coming straight at me. Alright, so there definitely is not enough room unless I want to bicycle in 3 feet of water. See, the wind is coming pretty much straight ahead. And yeah, this is where the San Carlos Bay and Gulf of Mexico waters are going to collide. Sometimes you can see it, but the tide has to be receding a little bit for you to see waves hitting against waves. So the tide may be still coming in. I doubt it though. Although the wind is pushing it in, making the tide a little higher than normal. And normally the sand is tougher to bicycle in, but it rained here like in the next hour or so. So it's a little more compact, so it's easier to bicycle. On my other bike, I have to roll through this. This is the Sanibel Lighthouse. I think it was built in 1883. And then rebuilt a whole bunch of times since then. We used to have tours of this building here, but then they stopped it because the floor was rotting. So they stopped giving tours.
I had to buy some stuff for people. Great. Yeah, so you have to floor.
So they fixed the floor. And they stopped giving the tour. And then there was like this big water tank here. There's a big cistern. You store rain runoff on the roof. That was smart. Okay, I know the tide's going to be high, so going down this trail is going to be useless. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah. It's useless. Someone's walking there though. Maybe I can squeeze my bike down it. You never know. Who knows? Let's check it out. Yeah, high tide. This is terrible. Oh yeah, oh wow, yeah, there's erosion here, big time. In fact, it looks like the stair. Looks like someone cut a little staircase into here. Oh, that's gonna be just murder if I sit down there. Well, oh, I can feel the sand is really soft too. Oh, it's gonna be pure murder bicycling. I should have brought my other people. If I knew tide was going to be in, I would have brought my. Well, I could have brought 35. I could have brought any bicycle. Could have brought my Janus bike that has pneumatic brakes. And, all right, let's try this thing. Right down, shifts. Way down. It's a little bit better up here. soft down there. See if it's hard enough to bite something here. It's bumpier. Yeah, it's a little harder up here, believe it or not. I'm exiting the beach. There's nice pathways available. We're at mile marker 0. It's amazing. Right. Yeah. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to be a landlubber. All right. Oh, that's sad. All right. So we'll go down East Gulf Drive. Check out that area. A lot of people here still. Let's see, are parking spots available? Good question. Good question. So far, I don't see any. I see a lot of people give themselves wide berths between them and the car next to them. Yeah, the problem is with electric cars, hybrid cars are the way to go. Hybrid cars that are powered with propane would be the way to go, because propane is a byproduct of drilling for coal, for drilling for oil. You can almost burn propane immediately without much cleansing. And you can also make propane by the cinder burning of brush. Propane burns at 280. Cindering is between 220 and 250. So the fumes that are given off, that gray smoke, that's actually hot propane gas that's just not hot enough to combust. So you could put that in a gas extraction machine, almost like a distilling machine. And if you take out the air, a little bit of atmospheric pressure, you can pull that propane and compress it almost immediately, and then cool it while you're compressing it so it doesn't explode. And because you want to chill it. And yeah, you can make propane. And if you had a hybrid car that used propane tanks, like those 20-gallon propane tanks, let's say you had 2 of them, and then you also had, it was a gas, or in this case, a propane turbine rechargeable engine, which would basically just fire a little turbine generator, and the turbine generator would charge the lithium carbon batteries. Yeah, you can get a good 1,000-mile range, just like when Thomas Edison designed the electric car, he used I think it was sodium batteries, which is made out of salt, and he got a 1,000-mile range, and that was technology over 100 years ago. So I don't know why they don't use that same technology today. I mean, it was around 100 years ago. Probably because the battery didn't last that long. Probably only lasted like 3 or 4 months. But if it was cheap and it lasted 3 or 4 months, and obviously they could produce it back in 1900 technology, that means that it was locally produced. That's the smarter technology. If they had that in a car with a propane generator to generate the electricity that you need to recharge that, and or use propane to power the car, yeah, that would be definitely would be the way to go. because if you had a pure electric car, you have to plug it in for 8 hours. And in California, they turn the grid off. If you turn your grid off and your car is not completely charged, then you're either not going to get a complete charge, and then your battery is going to be that much diminished if you don't recharge it fully every night. It'll deplete itself, and then you'll get a new battery in a couple of years, which is like $70,000. Just, they don't have the right technology in place right now to do full electric. For one, Democrats are causing all this fuel prices to be insanely too high. They're shutting off power grids like the Hoover Dam. They're going to shut down because they're complaining about some wildlife, and then they're complaining about the water levels too low. And just, you think with all those dams out west producing so much electricity that that was the way to go in the 1930s, to make dams to produce electricity, and the dams, they generate power 24/7. You don't have to rely on the sun for solar or the wind or windmills for wind. You can rely on flowing water, which is smarter. But of course now they want to give all this water to Mexico. That doesn't make any sense. Water is a precious commodity. It flows down the Colorado River. They should keep it. They should put anything left over into the Salton Sea. That's what the Salton Sea is all about. It's a catch basin for any water that finishes flowing through the Colorado River that's not been generated electricity or used for irrigation. You should just move all the water into the Salton Sea and forget about moving it past the border into Mexico. That would be the smarter thing, but that's just my opinion. That's what I would do. The level of the Salton Sea has dropped a couple feet since it was first formed, when they made that diversion accident back in the 1900s. It broke the Colorado River closer to Los Angeles for water, for irrigation. And now that whole area depends on the Salton Sea, because that Salton Sea actually lowers the air temperature by a good 5 to 10 degrees. And similar to the Lake Mead, when Lake Mead's at full capacity, it lowers the air temperature between 5 and 10 degrees in that entire area. So they should not be sending more water downstream. Keep it all. I mean, it doesn't lower the sea levels at all, but it may lower the sea levels maybe an inch or two. They keep all that water packed up, extra 30 yards in the Lake Mead, Salton Sea. If it had extra 10 yards of water, that's significant. Maybe an inch around the world, yeah. So, Surfrider, they have an excellent hot tub in there. Good morning. There's still some puddles over here. There must have been those showers I saw while I was coming on the island. This is probably raining themselves out. Or they could have moved out to sea. All depends where the convergence zone is. It could be another convergence zone, just out to sea a little bit. But usually that one will break down. And then any clouds at sea will move towards Sanibel. Of course, on the other side of San Carlos Bay, that's normally where the convergence zone is, between the land and sea. And you'll have the exact mirror opposite on the Fort Myers side. So the clouds will start building inland, but they'll evaporate when they come to the convergence zone, until like the very evening when the convergence zone of the sea breaks down and the land is able to override the sea. Good morning. Right. Come up to Sandalfoot. Okay, Spoonbill's on the right. That used to be Anchor Drive used to come out here. Used to go straight on in, but I guess they put their pavers in. That was the old concrete bridge. Because back in the mid to early 1970s, East Gulf Drive was still a sand road. And the surprising thing is that it became paved down by the colony. So down towards Lingram, which you would think the paving would start from and head down to the lighthouse. No, the paving of the road started from the lighthouse, the colony direction. In fact, the colony was the last paved road. Beyond the colony, it was a sand road all the way to the lighthouse back in the 70s. And then the pavement just kept on following from the colony northwards on this road, and just kept on creeping up, and then Sanibel Arms West, and then eventually it got to, well, after Sanibel Arms West, there's the moorings, and then Song of the Sea, and then the Shell Harbor Best Western. And that's where the pavement pretty much ended, over to Loggerhead Key. Okay, I always drive inside Sanibel Arms West, so I like checking it out. This is where my parents used to rent for like 30 years of their lives. Every July, sometimes August. So I feel this area is attached to me too. A lot of people are moving out. So I guess it's the day to do it. Fishing. Yeah, maybe going fishing. My grandfather used to play golf on these lawns here. They actually had to raise the driveway up about 4 inches to accommodate these pavers. So this wall used to be 4 inches bigger. It goes down. They just put the pavers on top of the old asphalt. And they used to have pavers here, then remove the pavers and put in bricks.